They're back. Catalog.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to James Cameron.
I almost bailed on being a filmmaker. It's about sitting in that big dark room with all those other people you don't know, and something's going to come up on that screen that's going to take you somewhere.
I'm the king of the world!
Oh boy, this is 6 years, nearly 6 years in the making. Welcome back, everybody. James Cameron 101, host Eddie Green here, talking to you. So, want to fill you in on something, and then we're going to bring our guests in. About 6 years ago, like I said, I was a guest on an incredible podcast called I'll Be Back Catalogue. It was hosted by Mike, Kevan, and Stephen Lyons with guests. And it was advertised as every Arnie movie from the beginning. And I forget how I found them, but nevertheless, I did find them. They also knew about Terminator 101, so it was kind of coincidental. And boom, that's how I ended up on their show covering this film right here, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. It was a lot of fun. There's, when you listen back, you're always like, man, I wish I said something differently, or I kind of wish I got rid of the uhs or the ums, but that's 6 years ago. I feel like if we did it now, it'd be a totally different podcast. So anyways, that's the history. And at some point, they kind of dropped off the podcast. So you know what? We're getting down to the bottom of this, why this happened, where the podcast is it ever going to come back? We need to know these answers. So let's bring our guests in. First, the guy who kind of coordinated this with myself. We got Mike, Kevan here. What's going on?
Hello. How we going? Yeah, good, man. It's
good
to see you again. It's been a long.
And then, of course, we also have to bring in Steve Lyons. I'm going to put myself at the bottom here.
I made it. We're here. We're doing it.
Wow, you look a lot different than the first time I saw you.
I may have gone bald.
Yes, and I don't think you were wearing a suit when I first saw you.
Oh, this old thing?
Yeah.
Look, I'm just an antiquities dealer trying to cheat on his wife in a non-threatening manner. Look, I'm just a normal guy going door to door asking if he can draw ladies naked and take their necklaces.
Well, hey, I mean, you are wearing the heart of the ocean right around your neck. Titanic.
This is delightful, pure coincidence. A friend of mine is doing a show in the comedy festival in a couple of weeks in New Zealand, and he does a whole bunch of Titanic material. He has like 8 minutes just digging into Titanic in his show. So we got this for him on Temu, and then this popped up and I was like, well, I have to wear it. And then it's like, well, you've got two choices. You're either going, full nude necklace, or you're going to put the suit on and look nice.
Right.
I'm glad you went with this suit.
Me too.
All right, so gentlemen, it's been 6 years since we were in a room together, but I was the guest and you were the hosts. So now now we're flipping it. How does it feel?
Feels good. I like the less responsibility. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's so relaxing, but also scary because when we did our podcast, Mike had to rein me in. And that was something that he was comfortable with. Whereas now you're going to have to rein me in. And that is something where it's been 6 years. I saw a video of you 2 days ago and you had a giant beard. And I was like, all right, we'll be fine. But now that you're, clean shaven, I'm a little worried.
Yes. 6 years. I mean, that's like pre-COVID. I didn't know you guys, just right as we were getting into the whole pandemic thing. We slid this one in. We were able to sneak this T3 episode in, and then something happened with the podcast. I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about this? Because I feel like we need to talk about that.
I can cover it off. Basically, biology happened, and I ended up with a kid, and so the kid actually destroys your sleep routine and takes up a lot of your life. And when you do a podcast where you have two guests come in and you have to make them commit to watch an Arnie movie and make notes on it and then have opinions on it and then have them all converge in a room at the same time and talk about it, Admin wise, it's a lot for a person with a baby. And then biology happened again, and now I've got a 12-week-old at home. So
Congrats.
just, I don't know, just babies keep on occurring. I don't know how it happens. Science won't tell me why, but they just keep on coming into my life.
The trick is, until Arnold stops making movies, Mike's just going to keep having babies so that we don't have to pick the podcast back up.
So okay. Avoiding Maggie for some reason. I don't know why.
So okay, so
oh my God, I've seen Maggie. I forgot I've seen Maggie. That's depressing.
So Mike has a kid, right? And Steve, how do you take it? Are you like is your heart broken?
Yeah. When your friend just says, "Hey, maybe the future of my family is more important than us getting together and being sassy about Arnold movies." It was. I mean, the thing is, like, I still get to do stuff with Mike every now and then. We still talk all the time. I'm just about to. Where is it? I'm just about to do the Dice Show, which is a comedy show that me and Mike, a live comedy show that we created. We're just about to do that in the comedy festival. So for me, I've got so many plates spinning that I'm terrible at organizing already. I'm pretty sure we could be doing the podcast if I was, able to organize everything, and Mike was, to be a little while from now, but there definitely was like a pocket before the second pregnancy where if I'd been organized, we could have picked it up. We could have, but the ADHD medication is only so strong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As you know, Eddie, well, actually, no, you do live podcasts. That's the thing, is you do live podcasts. We had a lot of post-production, and we would clip ums and ahs, and we would tidy and finesse the audio track, and that would usually take about another 4 hours of time. So, because Stephen's a bit of a perfectionist, so we had to keep it crispy. And it's a lot of
anxiety when we went live. Like, the fact that this is recording live right now for me is like holy beans and toast. I'm like, which Mike said. Oh yeah, I just jumped from lily pad to lily pad, and I'm like, what's happening over here?
Well, you can actually rest easy. This is just a pre-record. This isn't live.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do so many more ums then.
Yeah.
No. Wait, it's not like a negative thing. It is like I'm here, because it's not my podcast, but it is. Mike was very correct in the fact that I would argue I'm not easy to work with a lot of the time, and not in a super negative way, but in a way of when we were doing that, I'm of that generation, and ties perfectly into James Cameron. You go away and you do the thing, and you make the thing, and you put it all together, and it's the thing, and then you release it. And we don't live in that world anymore. That's just not where we're at. Like, you are correct. It's this. Us talking, that is the thing. It doesn't need to be super edited. It doesn't need to have cutaways and all of these things. And I don't know what part of my brain. I believe that it's like weaponized optimization is the term.
So what film did you guys end on? Because I know T3 was kind of one of the last ones you did, right? Was it one of the Expendables, I feel like, or?
I think it was Sabotage.
Was it Sabotage?
Which is
Sabotage was
grim movies to end the series on.
They just keep showing him watching his family be murdered, which would be fine if they just showed him. But they keep showing the actual video of his family getting, and you're just like, we get it. Like, a wide shot of a dude sitting on the corner of a bed in a motel with a light on his face is enough. Stop cutting in. I had issues with Sabotage.
Yeah, no. Sabotage is not a great film. I saw it in the theater, and but it's not as bad as Genesis. I will say Genesis. Something about that. Okay, so you ended on Sabotage. That's season what? You did season 5? Was that season 5? 4 or 5?
We did 6 seasons, and we did not finish the 6th season. We did Escape Plan, we did Sabotage, and then we were like, you know what? It's we've had a good run.
So
Uh,
that's gotta like not the OCD, specifically you, Steven. It's sort of like, damn, it's just kind of laying dormant there, just waiting to be
uh,
finished.
I wish that was the case, but studies have proven that like some people with ADHD, they can imagine the outcome and get the same dopamine hit as neuronormative people get from actually doing the work.
Right.
So for me, like I'd forgotten we hadn't finished season 6. Like
Okay.
I'd already like enjoyed the dopamine of being like, oh yeah, we did pretty good. Because I think we did some bonus episodes after that. Because we did we did a couple of like side projects
No, we had
with
we had the Aspam season in between
yeah
5 and 6. Aspam
action
was real fun.
superstars breakout movies.
Yes, and that was real.
So
fun.
we were finding ways to do some stuff, but I think it was life just caught up.
Right.
And a lot of it, I think, was organizing people and the stress of like, what are we doing and how are we doing it? And it was, I would say that I kind of couldn't get out of my own way and just have fun with it. To just be like, isn't it fun that we get to just hang out and talk about these things? Like I used to make like 4 to 6 pages of notes on every movie we'd watch, and you'd use 3 of them. And I don't mean 3 pages. You use 3 notes, because once you're actually in it, you're just talking and you're like, hey, are we all having a good time? Oh yeah, this comes up. Oh, that comes up.
Right. And that was one of the things I really appreciated about the podcast, was that there was some structure to it, unlike like something like this where it's literally just a free form conversation, but you actually had segments, and that kind of scared me when I realized that I was going to be coming on, because I am such a free form kind of guy. So I was like, maybe I should plan something. But if I recall, there was one, I forget what segment it was. I was like, I just want to skip this one because I really just, well, first of all, I don't even like the movie that much. Second of all, I just think we just need to move on to what was the last segment? Do you remember the very last segment? Because I feel like that was the one I liked the most.
I think we did. We had the reboot, and then we had a recast.
Was there one other one?
And then pitch the sequel.
Okay, it might have been pitched the sequel. It might have been pitched the sequel that I kind of dug onto, because I think I came up with something like time travel is going to be involved. We're going to go back. It's going to be meta. We're going to get rid of T3 or something like that.
Yes.
Jonathan Mostow is going to come out on screen and tell everybody, what you just saw.
You also had the harder one, because normally we have 2 guests on, so one person does the reboot and one person does the sequel.
Right.
So I think that you had to do both. But I think that it is like, if I was going to do it now, I'd almost let people choose, because I think that is that fun of, you either go, this could have been a better movie, or you go, look, let's just move on. What would the next movie be?
Now, what's interesting is when we recorded, Dark Fate hadn't even come out yet. That's how long ago this was. And now it feels like forever ago. Dark Fate has been out there forever, and they've already moved past Dark Fate, which was supposed to set up a whole new trilogy, and that bombed. And so I'm curious. I want to start with Mike first. What are your thoughts on Terminator Dark Fate, assuming you've even seen it?
I actually was so nervous about seeing it that I put it on a shelf, and I'm like, I will get to it when I feel like I can get to it. I just honestly, like, genuinely, the first 2 Terminator movies mean so much to me. And the idea that it was actually in the hands of people who cared about it and wanted to move forward, I was like, I don't know if I would rather stay in the Schrodinger's box of it might be good than watch it and be disappointed. I would rather keep the hope alive. So I've left it on a shelf, and I know that Steven's seen it, and he was like, yeah, it's not bad, isn't it? I won't spoil it, but he had an opinion that I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should get around to it. And then every time I go to watch it again, I get nervous, and I'm like, nah, I'll wait until I feel the time is right. But I like Terminator 1, tech noir, just this dark, gritty, brutal sci-fi. T2, one of the best action movies of all time. So slick, so cool. Literally would play T1000 versus T800 in the school ground, like with the praying mantis arms chasing the other kids around, means so much. And then to see that legacy just get kind of like repeatedly slapped in the face and kicked in the mud, it was just it was an unpleasant journey. And then to have this like beacon of hope, and I'm like, I don't know if they're going to do it right. And I saw Veronica Mars movie, I saw the new season of Animaniacs, I saw the new season of Party Down, and a lot of them are like, you could have left it, and it would have been fine. I don't know. I'm too scared. So that's where I'm at.
So have you successfully avoided spoilers for Dark Fate, or
Yes.
do you know? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I won't say anything.
No, please, like I'm very good at spoilers because I can go into things and let the journey take me. I'm good at spoilers. If we want to talk about it, I'm happy to.
I also don't know if Dark Fate has any spoilers big enough that you like. For me, all of the twists in Dark Fate were like, oh yeah, yeah, that's cool, cool.
Really,
that.
like even the way it opens.
Yeah, like the way that it opens, I was like, oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah, cool. Because I think that it is like, so it is such it's like Terminator for me, same. Obviously, there's a reason we did Arnold Schwarzenegger podcast. A lot of it comes from that era of Arnie, and it does hold such a special place. But any franchise based around time travel, it's gonna fall apart so fast. Because like as soon as you hand that football to the next person, they're like, it's not a football, it's a soccer ball. And you go, okay, cool. And the soccer ball can inflate its breasts to distract police officers. And you're like, all right, yeah, no, we're gonna be okay with this one. You just run it or kick it or do whatever you need to. So for me, I went into Dark Fate with a very healthy, reckless abandon.
Did you guys check out the Netflix show Terminator Zero?
I've seen.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I was supposed to.
And what happened?
Is it out? No, I did not. I did not see it. I remember going, "Oh, that looks great," and then just life rolled on.
Right. Well, it's a little weird. It's anime, and it kind of feels like, wow, okay, now we're going in this direction. But I gotta say, it's probably the best thing since T2-3D.
I think it has solid vibes. I think that's the really interesting thing about the Terminator franchise in itself. Is like your roots, the true root that you have is neo noir, like with this like dark future stuff, and then you have the action track, and so it's the same weird thing that happened with the Alien franchise, where we start with like pseudo horror, then you have pseudo action, and then people just don't know where to take it. And so inevitably you have two paths to go on. You follow horror or you follow action. But inevitably Terminator is just like, well, I guess every movie is just a chase sequence that is extended over like 2 hours. And it's like, do we really just want to watch that over and over again? Yes, if the action is good and interesting, but then to slap the Terminator mythology and mythos underneath it just feels always redundant and regressive. When it's like, nah, I think I would love them to take it back to the noir. I'd love to get back into that kind of space, which I think the Zero thing kind of did a little bit more.
As a subject matter, though, too, it's only gotten more complicated to depict.
Yeah.
Right? Because like every time that they've released one, we're getting closer to where we are today, where we're actually going like, hey, a bunch of Chinese robots ran a marathon. Like that's a thing that happened like recently. And that you cannot make a Terminator movie without going. And that was the thing, is like Terminator 1 was like, holy shit, the future. Terminator 2 was like, holy shit, the future. Terminator 3 was like, I don't know. And like, the rest of them just were like, well, we came up with what happens. So let's just wiggle around on that. And so it ended up, I would argue, becoming a cage where you've got all of this canon and all of this stuff where, Dark Fate, they went, well, what if we get rid of all of that? And it's like, well, then get rid of all of that. Don't get rid of it, but then like keep a bunch of your favorite bits and be like, oh, what if there were 3 Arnies and they were all just rocking around? Yeah, I think that there is, when you're dealing with AI, it's science fiction, and science fiction has to reflect what's happening now and what we think will happen in the future, and how that, like, how it needs to guide you, right? Like Terminator 1 and 2 were like, we got to be careful with this AI. You know, I would argue like even Dark Fate was just like, man, AI's crazy.
And now Cameron's even getting involved with Meta, which is kind of weird. You know how he's like endorsing like AI. It's everyone in any comment section I'm reading, which I always kind of am cautious, but every once in a while I get a little curious and I'll pop in one, and everyone's just like, Jim, what are you doing?
I think
What's happening
about James Cameron, where he is such a, I think at his core he is an optimist, and he believes like the best outcome will come out, and is the way that he's embraced technology from the get. He seems to have a lot of faith that humanity will inevitably use it the right way. Which is,
I think that's what's called the bubble. Like,
what?
the fact that he's wealthy and protected enough that he's like, I think
Maybe.
we'll do okay with this. I can't
Maybe.
imagine this going wrong. And it's like, it's already affecting people, just not you. And he's like, well, that's ideal.
Well, it's interesting to see how like he's I don't know, like the Avatar movie seems to be such an expression of like mythos and an expression of tech, and he seems to love like standing on both of those as surfboards through like art, and it's so baffling to me that someone who's so on the cutting edge of everything has such a layer of optimism underneath him. When he sees the detrimental effects of it, he has to see the detrimental effects of it. Yeah, he lives in the space of optimism, which I think is nice. I'm glad that he gets to like express that, but it's strange because there's so many people losing their jobs to Gen AI, and there's so much disruption that I think is negative is being caused to the industry as a whole. But he still seems to be like, nah, it's cool. We'll just embrace the tools and the tech will make things better. It's interesting.
And the fact that he is also a New Zealander or a Kiwi. Is that what it is? A Kiwi?
I believe it's what's known as a golden passport.
Yeah.
I think he has New Zealand residency.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Being like a Kiwi?
Well, you'd run into, so New Zealanders would not call each other Kiwi. Like that. That's like, it's a really weird thing where it's like when they leave New Zealand, they're like, oh, I'm a Kiwi. But if you're in New Zealand, we're like, I'm a New Zealander. Yeah. And then if you had someone, if James Cameron like walked into a cafe and went, I'm a Kiwi, like New Zealanders would go, why is this baby boomer so empowered? And then someone would go, I think that's James Cameron. Like it is, yeah, we would not like, but he owns a lot of property in New Zealand. I believe he has a like doomsday bunker somewhere in the South Island.
For real?
Yeah, for real. We have, so over the last like 15 years, we've had a huge amount of multimillionaire and billionaire types who have bought land and then buried like basically doomsday bunkers, because the argument is if Skynet takes over, there is a net of where the bombs will rain. There is the chaos, and the pandemic only heightened this, where you go, wait, where could I hop on my private jet and fly to?
New Zealand.
And we are a long way away. Like we are, and the pandemic only proved that of we're a very small, big island. And, you know, we were able to close our borders. We were able to do all of these things, you know, regardless of what your politics are on it. A lot of people in New Zealand are alive today because we were able to do that. So if you're a multimillionaire and you're going, how would I survive the AI zombie apocalypse? You know, hanging out on the set of Lord of the Rings, not a bad option.
What? I mean, you probably are the furthest away that you can be, because right now it's what, 16-hour time difference? It's 7 o'clock, April 29th. What time is it for you on April 30th right now?
11 a.m.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. So yeah, that is but I didn't know he had like a bunker that he like a T3 bunker.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus.
And there are like oh, Mike, you go.
It's probably a nice setup. It's probably not a weird presidential room, but yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if there was like you go down into it and it feels like the T2 like gun bunker. Yeah, and then there's just another door, or like you have to like click something and then it opens and there's a jacuzzi and you like walk down into a vault style business.
Like, now do you think there's certain people that he's letting in? Like obviously he's letting Arnold in, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they'll have like seats on their plane. They'll be like, all right, we got you, we got you. You can go.
But now his ex-wives, Linda and Catherine Bigelow, are they included?
I'm going to assume there's separate vaults and then they just have interconnecting tunnels.
Do you think it's like a 1-for-1 recreation of the Titanic under there?
Oh,
we can walk around.
Inside or outside? Are we talking like a Goonies situation?
Yeah. Like just inside, just a huge ship, and you can just relive his moments on the front of the bow.
That's insane. That's insane. I learned something new today. So he has a doomsday bunker in New Zealand. Yeah, I was watching the Kiwi thing. It stood out to me. I was watching an interview he was given to somebody in New Zealand, and literally this interviewer just kept harping on, how does it feel to be a Kiwi? How does it feel to be a Kiwi? I was like, I've never once heard that expression, Kiwi.
There's one thing to understand about New Zealand culture is that we're very insecure and we're desperate for validation from anyone who will give it to us. So to have a rubber stamp from James Cameron saying, it's nice to be here and I appreciate it and I value you people, that means a lot to New Zealand. And I'm an expat, so.
Yeah, it does seem, it is like we need that sound bite. We desperately need that, like, and that's the thing is they're just going, give us a soundbite. Tell us how good we are. Tell us we're pretty. Tell us the mountains are lush. And he's like, I don't know. It's great. It's a very good place to hide. And you're like, yeah.
Here it is. I'm going to play it. I don't know if I'll play it for the podcast. Like, I don't know if I'll keep it on the podcast just for copyright reasons, but I want to show you guys it because it's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So here it is. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he already looks pissed. The fucking news. So here we go. Let me know if you can hear it.
Back from New York a couple hours ago. 18-hour flight.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
So let's talk fast.
Yeah.
He's already rushing the interview. He's like, come on, let's talk fast.
I love it.
And we're going to stay on the same general subject area, right? Yeah, sure. I'll give you a clap. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Me and Patty, take one.
That I spend a lot of my time talking about Kiwis, good Kiwis, great Kiwis.
Yeah.
Good Kiwis and great Kiwis.
Which is his angle. That is what Patty does. So Patty is like, he has a section that he does about like great Kiwis, where it's like good news kind of vibe.
Okay. So you know who this guy is.
I've worked with Patty. I used to work with him all the time. He is like quite an iconic like alternative journalist in New Zealand.
Interesting. Okay.
Are you a Kiwi yet officially? How is the progress of your citizenship?
So literally, like, I kid you not, it just keeps going and going, and he just keeps repeating. And
he's just straight in. So also do remember that like none of that needed to be left in. Like that was a choice by Patty and Patty's team where they're like, we're leaving in I'm tired. We're leaving in like getting things. We're leaving all of that in to create this energy of that chaos and that like it is a very New Zealand kind of do it yourself, and you can't tall poppy and cut someone down who's like, you know what, we're just fucking around. Like, what are we gonna do? Like Jim's just chilling. He's got some fluff on his shirt. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him about being a New Zealander, but say Kiwi for the next 8 minutes.
But you know what? I mean, I would give anything to reach over and grab the fluff off of James Cameron. So,
and that is like, even leaving in the fact that James did the clap is like, Patty legit is like, that is a real reaction where Patty's like, oh, I just got slated by James Cameron.
Is it safe to say Cameron's like probably the biggest name that lives in New Zealand? I mean, what? Peter Jackson still lives over there, right?
Yeah. So Peter Jackson, and some people argue that Peter Jackson is the reason we have a lot of the multimillionaires buying up New Zealand, because they went, oh wait, you can just buy stuff, and Peter's like, it's gorgeous down here. You should just come. It's great.
Damn. And neither of you have like been in I don't know, a cafe and you just casually looked over and there he is waiting to get a latte, or?
No,
Well,
I think if you want this moment, you need to be in Wellington.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I was in Wellington 2 years ago, and I hopped out of the plane, and there was just a dude with no shoes on loading his friend's bags into the back of this gorgeous forest green Tesla. And I was like, that guy's basically Peter. Oh no, it is. Yep, that's Peter Jackson. And it was just Peter Jackson loading his friend's bags into his car, no shoes, just hops into his Tesla. Wellington is more normal for that. But we bumped into Cliff Curtis when we were recording our Collateral Damage episode for the podcast, and that was very strange.
Of course, he's gone on to be in the Avatar. He was in Way of Water, and now he's going to be in the next film. So, but I'm curious if at that point he must have, like, because it takes like 7 years to film one of these movies, so he must have already been kind of right. Maybe.
Yeah. When was that?
That would have been 2019.
I feel like he was probably working on it.
He's also very much a working actor. Like, he is cranking. Yeah, and he's just great. And it is because he's also, if he's not doing Hollywood movies, he is back here filming like local indie movies. And it is like, he's just someone who I think just loves the craft and is always looking for chances to do it. I didn't even know he was in Avatar, and I'm pretty sure I should.
Yeah, no, it's, like part of me is like, goddamn New Zealand. Cause like, that's, that now there's really no chance of me ever potentially bumping into Cameron, because literally probably one of my craziest experiences was I was just at my Starbucks and I look over and there's John Bernthal from The Walking Dead and from Daredevil and all this shit, and I'm just like, oh my god, there's John Bernthal. But I think that's the peak. I don't think it's getting any bigger than John Bernthal where I'm at. So
that's sick. I'm a huge Punisher fan, so that'd be very exciting for me to bump into Punny himself.
But no, there's no chance of me bumping into Cameron because I don't see me getting to New Zealand anytime soon. Well, let's bring it back to the podcast. We kind of got off the tracks there for a second, which is cool.
We were talking about James Cameron.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool. Oh no, we did a Patrick Gower side swipe.
Yep,
it's all good. So, you need to resurrect the podcast. This is basically why I have you guys here. This is an intervention.
there is intention. I think once my schedule opens up a bit, it is something that I would like to do, because as much as Stephen's good with it being cleaved off halfway through the collection, there's a completionism within me that I would like to just see it through.
Right.
Because there's probably another 16 eps, and then we can like at least put it to bed and go, we did a thing. There's the whole package.
Right.
And like the weird thing about having kids now is like, oh, that'd be a fun thing for my kids when I'm dead and buried, they could hear my voice talking about Arnie with a bunch of people that they've never heard of. So there's a weird legacy to leave behind of like, at least it was a complete unit and not a almost finished thought.
And let's be real, how many more movies do we think Arnold's pumping out? Right now he's on what, Fubar season 2?
Do we include Fubar? Do we not include Fubar?
Are you going to cover Fubar, or are you also going to cover the Arnold documentary on Netflix? That was pretty cool, the Arnold one.
I think so. Yeah, the Arnold documentary was solid. I think it's worth, because we did a really nice. Drummer, we did it was a bunch of his like random appearances on things in like the late.
Yeah, 70s. It was the etc.
Yeah, it's yeah. And it was like him on a talk show. It was there's a bunch of random like YouTube clips that like covered a certain period of time, and it was really nice to just bounce through and talk about like how it showed up. And that was fun. I'm open to it.
Yeah, I think that it would be. I definitely wouldn't say that like we would need to watch the whole thing, I want to watch the whole thing, and like I tend to have quite a lot of time, and the fact that I haven't is it kind of tears to be like, and that's the thing is like stuff like that where it just doesn't pop up. Like I went, oh, I better check that out, and then it got renewed for season 2, and I was like, I feel like I should have heard about this. Like people should have been like, oh, have you done? But that's the weird thing right now with like TV shows. There's so many that are getting made. There's so many great ones. There's so many average ones, but we also don't really have the same monoculture that we used to have.
Well, because if we look at, so this is Arnold's filmography here. I'll make it a little bigger for you guys.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, so obviously you started with Hercules in New York. You went all the way to. Was T2 3D its own episode, or was that also etc.?
That was in the etc. episode.
Oh, damn!
Oh, was it? Okay, that got a big chunk.
Yeah.
That got a big chunk, and it was mainly me talking because I was the only person who'd seen it.
That should have been its own episode. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think it would have been if anyone else had experienced the actual thing other than me.
Yeah, like that was like at the time I was like, is this a big thing? And then we did the episode and I was like, oh, that's a whole thing. That should have been.
I'm a passionate fan of T2 3D, and no one else had seen it, so it was. I did listen to your roundtable, which was full of fun stuff, background stuff, which was very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really cool to assemble it. Okay, so where Sabotage? This is it. This is where you ended. So right.
Oh no! Did we do Expendables 3?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you did an Expendables.
I'm pretty sure we did season 5. We did Expendables 1 and 2 as one episode.
Right. Okay. So yeah, no, I think Sabotage was last, and then so we got Expendables, Maggie, Genesis,
Aftermath, Wonders of the Sea 3D.
May skip.
Please tell me he's the narrator for that. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Under the water, there's some beautiful fish. Look at them swimming. They're so excited. Now, if we go down deeper, there's no light. How did the fish see? James? Yeah, Arnold. The fish can. All right, damn it. We're under this. That has to be related to James Cameron, right?
Well,
you would have thought, wouldn't you?
I don't know. It says it's Jean-Michel Cousteau.
Oh my, that has to be related to Jacques Cousteau, right? Like this has got to be one of the Cousteau family.
I think it's his grandson.
Oh, interesting.
Yo, we got to do it.
Wow.
That is also a very short Wikipedia for a documentary.
And then
Undersea.
A personal favorite of mine is Killing Gunther.
It's a very fun Arnold like performance. Like it's a weird movie that I would argue is very an SNL movie. But the Arnold side of it is so silly and fun. Right.
And then there's the he did another documentary called The Game Changers with Cameron.
Yeah, that was the vegetarian and vegan documentary.
Yeah. And then we got this Vi 2 Journey to China with Jackie Chan.
Oh, so good. That is such a good movie.
Are you being serious or are you proceeding?
Yes, I had a great time. No, it's like high fantasy camp kung fu, and it's like he's playing like the muscle dude who, like the fight between him and Jackie Chan is, of course, Jackie's doing all of the movement and Arnold's just like, the punch, stomp. I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen the rest of the franchise, but that one made me very happy.
And then literally his last film is Dark Fate.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he hasn't done anything since 2019.
Well, right now he's filming The Man with the Bag. It's like a Christmas movie.
Oh God, is he gonna play Santa?
Yeah, he's playing Santa. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We've had so many successful action Christmas movies in the last couple of years. I say have at it.
But obviously nothing's gonna top Jingle All the Way, which, come on.
Put that cookie down. No.
So looking at that filmography, does that kind of make you worried to pick up the podcast or excited to pick up the podcast?
I love talking about Arnie. I genuinely do enjoy it. if the podcast was literally me just watching a movie and then chatting about it, I would be on board straight away. But it's all the production, liaising, all the other part of it. It's work, dude. You know what it's like, and you corral a lot of people from a lot of different places. And props to you. It takes a lot of effort, and I don't think people appreciate just how much work it is to make a podcast. They think it's just like, oh yeah, white dudes, they just go in a room with a microphone, but it's there's a lot of extra stuff that's involved.
This is true. This is very true. But
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. There's a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
like I mean, I think that it is like it's the amount of production. There was also rules that we put in place or goals and ambitions that, like, if we would go back to it, we'd probably be a lot faster and looser with. Even down to the fact that it's like I love the structure and I love having guests in, but like right now, yeah, if it was just me and Mike getting together and talking about the movie, like that'd probably still be really satisfying for me. Not still be, that would probably now be as satisfying because like we wanted to have guests on, we wanted to have New Zealand comedians on, like we were trying to do a whole thing of like, oh, let's let's network, let's gather people, let's give voices, let's do it. And it's 6 years on now, I'm like, actually my voice, it'd be great, like shouldn't I be doing that? It'd be great, like can we just have some fun and chat? Yeah.
Do either of you remember? Like, I don't know who has the password login. Do you still remember the password login?
Well, yeah, I've still got it. The RSS feed is all there. It's good to go. I can drop some stuff in whenever.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
because that's always something that's like, because I've had like 20,000 podcasts previously, and I'm like, man, I'd like to get back in there and just kind of maybe fidget around, take some stuff out that I don't think is aged too well, and I don't remember the passwords. So,
oh man.
Before we wrap it up here, I wanted to keep it right around the hour time limit here, but every new guest on the podcast gets the same exact question. So I'm gonna highlight one of you. So and then we'll go to the other one. What is your all-time favorite James Cameron film?
Oh, it went to me. It has to be Terminator 2. There's no, I can't argue with that. There's nothing I can say other than it just is the perfect mixture of sci-fi, nostalgia, 90s chaos, and the big explosions that made me happy when I was the age that I was when it came out.
All right, T2, Mike.
Piranha 2. No, it's definitely. It definitely would have been Terminator 2, but as I've gotten older and my appreciation for Terminator 1 has kind of slowly ballooned, that I definitely, there's something so gritty and dark and like just physical about Terminator 1 that it's everything that I think cinema could and should be, that Terminator 1 has. It's such a cool, dark, moody story with practical effects that are just ridiculous and cool, and it's I have to give it to Tech Noir. It's gotta be T1.
T1, perfect. I love it. And I was also going through because I wanted to make sure I could pull this up here. We're gonna recreate this because I don't know if you guys remember, you took a photo.
Cool.
And hold on, focus.
That shirt.
Damn it.
That shirt that I am wearing.
Focus. It's a shit camera. All right. Well, whatever. It's probably not going to focus. Maybe I'll have it like.
That's good.
I'll have it pop up. Maybe.
What do you need us to be doing? Like a.
Yeah. But like, come on. I mean, Mike Mike kind of looks similar. I mean, he got a little longer hair, but damn, Steve, like with the beard and everything.
I got bald.
Anyways, yeah. We're gonna recreate that. So let's see. So what I have to kind of be doing what you guys are doing, and then you guys, should you also be doing what you're doing, or should you be like me? I'm just kind of like,
I think that's right. I think you need to do a selfie image with the screen behind it, like that's and then an image on the screen, like hey,
like that, right? Like
yeah.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. See if we can get this. Now, is it going to focus on you guys? It's probably not even going to focus on you guys. Hold on.
You got to be in it. Yeah. There you go.
But it's so like, so bleached out. Hold on.
Turn the sundial all the way down.
Yeah, where's that HDR?
There we go. No, look, I mean, I wanted to really, my goal was to get you on, and hopefully this was maybe like a little, I mean, I know you have intentions and everything, but maybe this was like a little, you know,
No,
Well, I think
yeah.
it's a great reminder. Yeah.
I just wanted to shake off some cobwebs, and this is a really nice opportunity, and I very much appreciate it. It's super fun to just chat with other people who nerd out about stuff, and it's because that's what the podcast is about. Like, nerding out is just expressing your affection for a thing that you think about more than you should, and it's it's great to think about Arnie.
And have you kind of lightened up on T3? Because I know I've lightened up on T3. When I listen back to the episode, I feel like I'm like way too harsh on it.
You were very negative. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you were very down on it.
I support it. I think go as negative as you need to go. It is easy. It is easier with time, but I think if I watched it and then had to talk about it, I think I would go back to what the fuck? What is this? What are we doing? Why would we? There's so many bad choices in it. But if you're able to watch it with distance or remember it, and you're like, it was kind of fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's silly. I think the thing that I always do with my personal headcanon that makes me okay with things is like, this is an alternate universe. And like, it's not part of the proper one. It's not part of the canon. It's just an alternate silly world. It's a Elseworlds. It's a what if. It's a Marvel what if. What if Terminator went campy and weird? And you go, cool, that is what that would be like. And that's fun. I'm glad you did that.
All right. Well, anyways, look, this was a real pleasure to get you guys on. And when you bring the podcast back, I will make sure to sing it from the mountains so that everybody knows that I'll Be Back Catalog is indeed back. And of course, I hope you don't change the cover art. It's like, this is iconic.
It's classic. And it does sound like before we relaunch, we need to do a special episode for Terminator 2 3D. So it sounds like we need to do like a proper welcome back episode where we get you on and you and Mike talk about a ride that I know very little about, but looks fun.
Yeah.
And then jumping back in, it is a show that I love, and I really appreciate you having us on because it's a catalyst, and it's a reminder of like, this doesn't have to be stressful. This can just be a fun chance to chat with people. And it is I love pop culture. And New Zealand, it is hard to find people who you can really nerd out with, because we're not really allowed to be that open about it. It's such a weirdly, it's a very privileged space to be able to come in and be like, all of these weird things.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. We'll do a formal goodbye, so stick around in the studio, but we'll wrap it up here. Everybody, thank you for watching, listening. If you're listening to this and it is available now, please do yourself a favor. Go listen to the back catalog of I'll Be Back Catalog, and then check out all the new stuff that's being posted. And if it isn't out just yet when you're listening to it, stay tuned. It's the future is not set. There is no fate but what these two make for themselves. So
and
on that note, go watch a Cameron film.